Hey everyone, and welcome back to some more esports talk. My name is Hunter, and as usual, thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about the Smash community. I know we don't get to talk about them very much, but they have a lot of issues that have happened in the past, a lot of big names that have been involved in different controversies. And today we're talking about Hacks versus Leffen, a beef that has been going on for quite a while, and it escalated a lot this past week when a lot of accusations were thrown out by Hacks in a way that not a lot of people really saw as, I'll say, mentally stable. Hacks initially came forward with a 2.5 hour long video and a 136 page document of evidence against Leffen and a lot of accusations that rubbed people the wrong way. Like I said, people took it as him being mentally unstable or maybe not in the best place because of some of the things that he included in this document and that video. Jumping around in this 136 page document, you can see quite a number of situations that are a little strange, such as Hacks comparing the situation to Death Note, which is an anime where the character writes names in a book to kill them, comparing Leffen to this whole situation by saying that he's trying to recreate the Death Note with his phone, and that Death Note is the story of a totalitarian regime that ends up casting darkness over the entire planet, and saying that Leffen is trying to do the same thing. He goes on to compare the Smash community as a totalitarian regime because of Leffen, and that Leffen wants full control over the community based on several of his tendencies. He even goes on to quote Adolf Hitler, which I would say is probably the worst choice you could ever make in a document if you want to be taken seriously. And he says that Leffen posting a video of himself stabbing a pancake with Jigglypuff on it was Leffen's statement of trying to get rid of HBox. So as you can see from those examples, Hacks did make a lot of points that were just kind of questionable, I would say, or maybe the references he used were questionable, and so people had a hard time taking this seriously or thinking that he was in a good mental state and that everything should be taken, as he said it. He did, in fact, list at the very end, though, the list of charges against Leffen. These are 9 separate charges that I'll try to skip through pretty quick, but he says that Leffen is attempting totalitarianism, that he has lied about origins of different evidence that has been posted, that he overran one of Hacks' tournaments with his own tournament, that when broadcasting, he would tell people to modify their controllers that were designed and sold by Hacks, that he corrupted legality processes through blackmail, propaganda, and recon tactics, that Leffen launched a smear campaign against Hungrybox with a willful and malicious intent to remove him from the Smash community, that he tried to extract socioeconomic resources from the Smash Ultimate community by making a common enemy in the scene, that he hijacked the Me Too movement, and that he used the Me Too movement to take down Zero and Ascend socioeconomically. So after all this, he actually deleted that 2.5 hour video and reposted it as an 1.5 hour version that people took a little bit better. But Leffen did also come forward and say, hey, at this point, I'm scared for my safety and I'm going to be getting lawyers involved. He says, at this point, I don't even know what to do. Legit concern with my safety at events with this level of things. We'll be looking into a lawyer before saying more just to make sure my bases are covered. And Beyond the Smash even went on to ban Hacks from the tournament. They said, we take the safety of our Smash Summit 11 players and attendees very seriously and do not condone behavior that encourages harassment or threats towards any of our players or staff. We will be prohibiting Hacks from attending the event in any capacity. I think this is an extremely delicate and a situation that I have to be careful in what I'm saying here because the two sides are so very split. There's a lot of history in the Smash community and some of it that I'm not fully aware of, to be perfectly honest, and getting a grasp on everything that has gone on with Leffen and Hacks is complicated. But what I do want to say is watching the video, especially this re-uploaded 1.5 hour version video of Hacks talking, people were quick to dismiss him because of, to be honest, how just crazy he sounded. I mean, comparing certain things to Death Note and using Adolf Hitler quotes, like, it is not a good look overall. And so people likely just dismissed all of this as him having some sort of episode and not in a good place. But if you actually watch the video, it's kind of difficult to get through because there is definitely real emotion behind a lot of these situations, and he is very distraught about it.
Rocky would keep trying to go to tournaments, and Leffen would ban him from going tournament after tournament after tournament. Leffen kept banning him from going to the tournaments. 4 separate tournaments, he kept banning him. He kept telling his friend groups, like, yo, we're not going to allow this retard to go. First, he manipulates, like, in summer of 2011, Leffen manipulates, like, this guy who used to host Smash Fests into to make it so Rocky couldn't go. Leffen has the nerve to go to Rocky, and this is after many, many months of abuse, and Leffen has the nerve to go to Rocky and be like, yo, book my flight. And then Rocky's like, I'm not going to book your flight when you're literally the most abusive guy I've ever met. And so then Rocky's still nice enough to link Leffen to the bookings website. So he links him to the bookings website, and he's like, that's all I'm going to do for you. And then Leffen says, oh, that's all you're going to do for me? Well, then good luck coming to these upcoming tournaments in Norway and Finland. Leffen ends up booking his ticket to Apex 2012, and then surely enough, down the line, he stays true to his promise of screwing Rocky over from going to the tournaments in Norway and Finland, because Leffen had control over who was going to ride in the car. And so Leffen bans Rocky from the trips to both of those tournaments, and Rocky has to, like, take trains and ferries to get to these tournaments. And then at one of these two, the one that came first, so I think the Norway tournament, Rocky gets there. He took, like, a train by himself to get there. And then during Rocky's tournament sets, Leffen starts screaming in his ear, like the ear that has the hearing aid. Leffen's literally screaming in his ear during tournament sets. And so yeah, I mean, that really happened. And that's one of, like, many horrific abuse cases.
So obviously, I do not know what is going to happen. I don't know who is telling the truth in these situations, but there are two very distinct sides of Hacks versus Leffen, and it is a difficult situation to judge from the outside looking in because, like I said, we don't know what is true and what is not true from either party. I, at least, am hoping that this has started some conversations internally in the Smash community and people who are organizing these tournaments. And so I hope things get resolved. I'm not going to make any judgments in this situation, but feel free to let me know what you think about all of it. Until next time, guys, be safe, be smart, behave, and I'll catch you later.